In this problem, 20% of a company's employees own a video-ready iPod or a similar device. So the first thing we need to do is construct a probability distribution for 6 randomly selected employees. And then we're going to draw and label a graph to summarize that probability distribution. First of all, there's nothing about means or anything in here, and the variable that we're talking about, whether or not an employee owns a video-ready iPod, is a qualitative variable, either this or that. It's a binomial variable, and particularly with small samples, later on in the course we'll do something else, but with small samples, we're going to use the binomial probability distribution and the binomial table. So for part A, x can be either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and then we can get the probabilities for each of those possibilities by looking in the corresponding row and column of the binomial table. We're just going down to n is equal to 6, and then looking under the column where it says p is equal to 0.2. And then you can just copy these numbers right off of the table. And for part B, we're just going to draw a discrete distribution to represent those probabilities. So for x is 0, you can see the probability, just a line, at a discrete point goes up to about 26, 21, and then so on. So for part C, we want to know what's the probability that at least one of the 6 randomly selected employees owns a video-ready iPod. And we can just subtract the probability of 0 because everything else is at least 1. 1 minus 2621 is 0.7379. Again, I'm just looking at the binomial table on that. Then for part D, at least 5. So the probability of 5 is 0.0015, and the probability of 6 is 0.001. Both of those are at least 5, and they're the only two numbers in there that are at least 5. So just add those together. We'll have 0.0016. Okay, so for part E, we want to know what we would conclude if all 5 selected employees own a video-ready iPod. Well, the probability for all 5 is 0.0015. That would be very unlikely. That's a low probability. So if the population proportion is 0.2, we would almost never get 5 out of 6 people in our sample owning a video-ready iPod device.